Good evening. I want to talk about something that everyone has been buzzing about for what seems like an eternity, and that is Loke versus Darth Wump. And I must say that match would be another epic match, up along with all the others we've been having in the past month or so. And I've been thinking about it more and more, and I think it is a good idea. What does everyone else think? While I know there may be other matches worthy of a main event at Session 3, this would bring it all home for us in one way or another. First off, Loke is the FHC champion. His success and experience has more than proven that he's worthy of main eventing our grandest stage. And Darth Wump, well, I can't think of another legend who would be a match for Loke at this point in his career. Aw, King, good of you to... Palmer, please. You know I don't ask for much, and I haven't since I've come to the FHC. But if I'm considered the greatest wrestling champion there ever was, if there's going to be any pomp and circumstance, it's going to involve me. Now, normally I would say King Slender works for nothing less than grandstanding the main event at the top show of any promotion. But I am humble, and I'm quite aware of what Loke and Wump have got going on here. I know their history as well as anyone. So you know what? In respect to them, I'm not going to interfere. And after Darth Wump's performance against Giant Panther, I have a newfound respect for him. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I'm a patient man. But what I have no patience for is Ryu. If there's going to be a match that's just below the main event, then it has to be Ryu versus King Slender. It must be Ryu versus King Slender. In a sense, I've already beaten this World Warrior. I ended his chances at becoming FHC champion at Suplex City, and since then, he's been nothing but a pain, nipping at my heels. He thinks he can take on the legend, but he's dead wrong. He's so wrong, every time he tries to see beyond his fist, he spaces out. He has no idea where he is. So if you want entertainment, Palmer, you want a good show, then you have to book Ryu versus King Slender. Think about it. I'm putting a stop to this right now so that I can get my 2.25 yen in. Slender, the legend, the king. I have no doubt that a match between you and me at Session 3 would be a spectacle. In fact, it might be the most talked about match on the card, arguably. But that's not a reason why I wouldn't be doing it. People might say it would be a revenge match for me, because you choke slammed me through that table. But that's also not a reason why I would be doing it. I don't take revenge. I would do it because you're the legend. You're the king. As much as I've said before that you're a fossil, and that I don't fight geezers, you are also one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of this industry. You've dominated all in your path. You've won all the titles you saw fit to compete for, all over the world. And in my eyes, you are the perfect definition of a world warrior. And that's why I must fight you. That's why I must defeat you. So Slender, you and me, Session 3. I don't have to sell this and you know it, cause this kind of shit here sells itself. I agree with both of you. So say we all. Ryu versus King Slender at Session 3. And to get things warmed up and started, Ryu, for our main event tonight, you will be taking on Giant Panther. Ain't a hard time been invented! that I cannot handle. Let's start the show. Oh yeah, now we have our first official match set for Session 3, and what a match it's going to be. The World Warrior Ryu against the Legend King Slender. We actually thought Mr. Palmer was going to announce Darth, Wump versus Lope tonight, but apparently that's still officially off the books. But I have no doubt that the fans will be extremely vocal in voting for this as the main event at Session 3. We're halfway through the month, nearly 3 more weeks until the wonder that is Session 3, and we'll be breaking down the matches leading into what we hope is the first of many of yearly extravaganzas. Hello and welcome to FHC Slam! The following match is set for one fall, making their way to the ring, representing Sonic Fire, first, from Rochester, New York, Tom Fyremin, and from Llangollen, Wales, the Welshman. Now, the Welshman and Tom Fyremin are looking for payback against Wes Suy and Azethoth tonight, as we saw last week when the Bravehearts attacked Sonic Fire from behind backstage. And, of course, Sonic Fire's looking at chalking up yet another win in their column tonight, especially after Sir William took victory over Tetemeko last week as well. As we prepare for Session 3, we have to wonder what type of matchup will we see between Sonic Fire and the Bravehearts. And their opponents. First, from Westbrook, Maine, representing the Bravehearts, Wes Suy. And as we see Wes Suy coming to the ring, we know that Sir William is going to be running things backstage tonight. He's taking the night off after his victory over Tetemeko last week. So of course Wes Suy is the only other Braveheart that can do battle tonight. Sonic Fire has been on a roll lately, and the Bravehearts need to do whatever they can at this point to eke out a win. And of course it looks like they are going to be relying on the Hawaiian Barbarian Azethoth for help now. But we also know that Azethoth has his own agenda against the Dragon Champion Guile. As of now, it makes sense for Az to team up with the Bravehearts at this juncture. And his tag team partner, from Honolulu, Hawaii, Azethoth. And as far as Azethoth's agenda, we are unsure what exactly he's going for. We know in the past that he is unhappy with the way Guile has been conducting himself as leader of Sonic Fire and as the Dragon Champion. Azethoth does not agree that he is the best man for the championship, and we've seen that Azethoth is compelled to give him a beating and dethrone him, if you will. We also know that Az is not looking to become Dragon Champion. He just doesn't want Guile to have it. So this alliance between himself and the Bravehearts could be very short-lived. It's also possible that Az is working with Sir William in order to take the championship away from Guile. We know that Sir William would have no qualms about being the new Dragon Champion. So we will see how this unfolds going into Session 3. Well, now Welshman from behind, Wes Suy doing a counter and trying to get Welshman from behind, but Welshman getting from behind the Wes Suy, and then a German suplex. Oh God, Wes Suy, and it looks like he's out of it now. Welshman is tagging in Tom Fyremin. Now Fyremin and Suy going at it as Azethoth looks on from the sidelines. Fyremin with a leg trip. Oh, Wes Suy putting Fyremin up onto the top turnbuckle. Wes Suy, and with an arm drag from the top turnbuckle. And now Fyremin reaches back with a huge facebuster of his own on Wes Suy. And now Suy and Fyremin going at it. Suy trying to get him in a thing. And now Suy Suy tagging out to Azethoth. Az coming in, and now we see Az trying to make his way, fighting with Fyremin. Oh, and trying to deliver the right hands to Azethoth. And now Fyremin with a huge front flapjack facebuster to Azethoth. As Wes Suy and the Welshman look on, but Azethoth is good God, trying to fight back, but Fyremin again with his own flapjack facebuster. And now Azethoth trying to get any offense he can get. Oh, and a huge second rope moonsault to Tom Fyremin. And now Azethoth tags out to Wes Suy. Wes Suy, oh, and Wes Suy takes it to the Welshman right away. And at the same time, trying to get Wes Suy out of there. But now Fyremin trying to fight back. Fight back as he can. And now Wes Suy with a sleeper on Wes Suy. Oh, God. Oh, man. Is Wes Suy going to tap out here? No one trying to come into the rescue. Fyremin trying to get Wes Suy to tap out. But now Wes Suy fighting back. And Wes Suy with the cover. 1. And Fyremin kicks out. And now we got Azethoth in with the Welshman. Azethoth with those right hands. Right hands to the Welshman to Perry O'Sullivan, the Welshman. And now trying to wrench that single leg with a cover. 1, 2. Fyremin trying to get into to save it, but no, not in time. Welshman seems like he's dazed, trying to fight back to Azethoth, but oh, and here we go, Azethoth with a counter cover. 2 and 3. Wow, it didn't even look like there was a 3 count. But Wes Suy and Azethoth was able to pull out the win here, pinning the Welshman. And here's your winners, Wes Suy and Azethoth, claiming victory tonight. Wow, that is crazy. And Welshman, I didn't even look like he was in for a 3 count. But obviously, the Bravehearts, Wes Suy and Azethoth, walking away with the win tonight. So we have Sir William here tonight, and Sir William, we're talking to you as we just saw Wes Suy and Azethoth win a much-needed battle against the Welshman and Tom Fyremin. Where does this put the Bravehearts on the totem pole now? It doesn't make a bit of difference at all. It's no secret Sonic Fire has been whipping us left and right, month after month, and even I know when the odds are grim. We can win these little skirmishes, but we aren't winning the bigger battles, and our losses are mounting. All I need to do, as I have done before, is sacrifice myself to the cause. My last gasp to defeat Sonic Fire is to defeat Guile. One way or another, I will drop him at Session 3. Either he goes down, or I do. The following match is set for one fall, making his way to the ring. From Norfolk, Virginia, he is a member of the Tunnel Snakes and the FHC Pacific Champion, Butch DeLoria. Butch coming to the ring with Ladies Champion Susie Mack. We know that he's signed up for a match here tonight, but we do not know who his opponent is. Mr. Palmer seems to have given him free reign. So I believe we're going to find out who his opponent will be in just a sec. If it's either up to Mr. Palmer or if it's up to Butch himself. We'll find out. You know, it seems like all I do is come out here and yell someone's name who pissed me off the week before. And then they eventually get beaten down by me. You know how it goes. We have a match, I pin them,
and the whole process starts all over again. And I'm getting a little sick of it. If it were up to me, I'd skip the part where I get pissed off about something and go straight to the beatings. And this week, I'm pissed off that the Monets came out here and hit me with those double chairs. That really hurt. The Monets really think they can mess with the tunnel snakes and get away with it? The answer is no. They can't. And so I'm here to get my payback for this week. So Hunt, Hawke, I don't care which one of you it is, but you better get out here right now. You're getting the beatdown that you fully deserve.
Oh, well, I guess Hunt drew the short end of the stick. Or maybe it's the long end, depending on your perspective. But for all we know, Hunt wants to come out here and get a chance to beat the Pacific Champion. And this is after the Monets were within the reach of the Tag Team Championship at Suplex City, and their chances were ruined by Butch DeLoria when he brought that chair in to use on the Monets. So I'd say payback is in order here. But we're not sure who's actually dishing out the payback. The Monets or Butch? Guess we'll find out in just a second. And here we go. We're starting off. Butch DeLoria is calling out Hunt to Monet. And Hunt, starting off the match with a huge Sambo suplex. Butch kind of reeling. I don't think he was expecting that. It was such a strong start from Hunt and Monet. And now Butch answering with an arm drag. And we see both Alexia and Susie Mack are here at ringside cheering on their respective brethren. Now Butch into the arm wrench with the shoulder thrust. Now Butch from behind. Now looks like a double underhook facebuster. Good move by the Pacific Champion. And I'm sure the Monets are really out for blood. I mean, if I were them and Butch did that to me in the middle of a pay-per-view, in the middle of a title match, I mean, that's never good. That's a never good thing. And now Butch with another arm drag on one half of the Monet Brothers. And now Butch looks like he's calling for something. And it almost looks like some kind of weird shuffle. That's kind of weird. Oh, and a cover on Hunt to Monet, and Hunt quickly kicking out. Oh, jeez, and Hunt with a huge type of slam, and now the cover, but Susie is up on the ring now trying to distract the ref, and the ref is successfully distracted while Butch throwing Hunt into the ropes and another arm drag. Jeez, the Pacific Champion is full of arm drags today, but now Butch calling for something huge. We could be seeing a tunnel snake slam here, but no, Hunt getting it out. And all of these arm wrenches, counter arm wrenches and everything is good. But now, Butch with a huge head scissors takedown on Hunt there. Wouldn't be surprised if any of the other tunnel snakes ran out here. I mean, that's kind of what they enjoy doing. Seems like Hunt and Hawke here are the ones to really... Oh my goodness, wait! Hunt to Monet with an emerald diamond fusion on Butch. Oh, and Butch kicks out! Butch kicks out of the diamond fusion! That's crazy! Oh my goodness! And now Butch whipping him into the corner turnbuckle. Hunt able to reverse that. Good God! Butch with the reversal roll-up small package. And now reversal of Hunt's own. Alexi on the apron trying to distract the ref. What is the ref doing? Should I call on him? Does he want to get called on? And what the heck was that? The ref was distracted, didn't know what he was doing, but somehow Hunt was able to get the win, the pin, over Butch DeLoria.
What a schmoz there, folks. I mean, this is crazy. But here's your winner tonight, Hunt and Monet, maybe getting their deserved payback. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. I mean, I'm sure they want another shot at the tag team champions. But wait, here comes Tyler Black. Tyler Black is in and takes out the Butch DeLoria. Good God. Tyler Black wanting revenge as well. Oh my goodness, taking it to... You want to see someone who plays dirty, Butch? You want to see someone? Well, that's me. I want a shot at the Pacific Championship at Session 3. I'm going to cement my spot on the Slam roster, and I'm going to take that title. Oh my God, it's Cesaro. Cesaro's in as well, taking it to Tyler Black. Cesaro does not want Black to get his own shot at the Pacific Championship. Hey, listen, Ryu. I just wanted to tell you where Ska and I felt about the circle. Look, I know I said some things a few weeks ago to you, and I may implied that I wasn't willing to help the circle, but you have to know that's far from the truth. I totally respect that you're letting me and Ska do our thing with going for the tag championship, or even me trying to get to the Dragon Championship. But I want you to know, we're here for the group. I was wondering when you were going to come around to me for this. I said I'd be looking out for the circle. That was my promise. And I'm paying it back already. All the time. Every time I go out there. But there is a limit. There's a limit to what you and Ska can do on your own. And I respect that. But when we reach that limit, I expect regular contributions to the circle. That means wins. That means being a team. And you look out for everyone on that team, not just your childhood friend. You understand? I think we have a good understanding here. And as long as we can keep going and doing what we're doing as a team, I think we'll be fine.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. A Mercedes kind of sentiment, luxury.
The following is a quarterfinals match to determine the number one contender for the Ladies Championship at Session 3. Making her way to the ring from Oakland, California, Rosie Fox. And now we see Rosie. She's going to be taking on Tia to see who moves into the semifinals. And the winner of this match will ultimately take on the winner of the other quarterfinals match happening later tonight, which we will see Morrigan go head-to-head with Heather Andrews. And as we see Rosie heading to the ring, she's proven that she is a force to be reckoned with, beating out Brandy de Jerez with relative ease in the first round. Can she pull out the stops tonight and beat Tia? And her opponent, from Toronto, Ontario, Tia Howard. Tia defeated Tiffany Andrews to secure her spot in the quarterfinals. But the question is now, can she muster all her strength and will to overcome the odds and take Rosie Fox down tonight? And can she do all of this on her Slam debut tonight? That's right, folks. This is her FHC Slam debut coming all the way from Super Flight Night. We'll see what we can do. The tension for her must be at new levels, but will she psych herself up to win? Or will she psych herself out? Let's see what she's got in her match against Rosie Fox here now. And here we go with Tia opening up with the flurry of kicks and punches, but now Rosie starting out with her own flurry, if you will, Russian leg sweep. And now Rosie, hard pushing Tia into the turnbuckle, and Tia countering with a jawbreaker that has stunned Rosie for a little bit, and now a huge face buster. And, it looks like Rosie has cut her hair since the last time we saw her. I gotta say, she's looking pretty good with the with the haircut. Even though, I'm kind of more prone to more longer hair on Rosie. But hey, as long as these two are going at it, we enjoy watching. So, and they're pretty good talents as Tia into a leg trip takedown. But as we said, this is Tia's FHC Slam debut, and she's coming all the way from Super Flight Night, and she had a decent record there, but now, because of the Hello Ladies tournament, she is showing what she can do on our main weekly show here with a kick to Rosie's side, and now Rosie with the counter, the leg trip of her own. Oh, and a drop kick to Tia's knee. That's gonna take you out quickly, and then of course Rosie will probably go and take advantage of the ground game there. Maybe with some submissions. Maybe we can see Rosie with a fox bite later on. Oh, and Rosie just taking it to Tia, just manhandling her head, smashing it into the mat like that, and now another huge face buster. But now Rosie definitely is the favorite to win here tonight. Of course, Rosie has the more impressive background, impressive record. Of course, Rosie was FHC Ladies Champion for a couple months. Oh, and Rosie now with that Luthez. I mean, that's always intimidating when you have Rosie doing a Thes press on you. No one wants to see that. You know, she will take you down good and hard. Oh, and now a huge arm drag by Tia onto Rosie. But Rosie definitely has the championship title. And now for the cover, Tia on Rosie. Rosie has more of the championship advantage, the experience. But of course, Tia is young and fresh. I'm sure she has the drive to go far in this business. Oh, and Rosie with the roll up there on Tia. And Tia able to kick out in a reverse pin. Oh, and Rosie barely able to kick out of it. My goodness. I think Rosie could have saw her end right there in what would have been an amazing upset. Oh, now with the fox bite on Tia! Fox bite on Tia with the cover. Oh, and Tia kicks out! Tia kicks out of the fox bite! My goodness, I guess Rosie has not done enough damage. But who kicks out of the fox bite other than maybe Morrigan, Susie Mack maybe? And another cover, and Tia kicks out again. My goodness. Rosie is aggressive with these covers, and Tia continues to power through and kick out. Oh, and arm drag after arm drag that we're seeing. And now Rosie, could we see another fox bite here? And it is! Fox bite! Fox bite! And Rosie pulls out the win against Tia tonight as Rosie advances on to the semifinals of the Hello Ladies tournament. But Tia, what a great effort by Tia Howard tonight in her Slam debut, but it was not enough. After 2 fox bites, Rosie Fox is moving on and claiming victory. Come on, man. How can you lose to Hunt to Monet when you and Malik were just able to step into the ring with King Slender last week and beat him? Show me the logic. Now you have everyone gunning for your title. Cesaro, this new guy Tyler Black. You keep losing like this and you show weakness. You need to get it together, man, because the Tunnel Snakes are not about weakness. Come on. You have no right. I've been carrying this team since the beginning. I'm the best out there right now. I am Pacific Champion, and I have been winning. I can afford a few setbacks, which is all they are. These guys, Cesaro, Tyler Black, they're nobodies. I can handle them. You and Malik make sure you handle the Demonets. Don't worry about me. I will bounce back like I always do. Don't question my abilities, Wally. You know better than that. And at Session 3, I will take on anybody who wants to come at me and my title. You worry about your own stuff. following match is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, representing the Circle, PJ Brooks.
PJ Brooks is the latest in a long line of combatants who want either the Dragon Championship or Guile. But with Brooks, it's been Guile going on the offensive. Brooks had been going on a rampage attacking guys with a pipe, and Guile being the latest to fall victim of those attacks. But then Guile answered with a challenge, the weapons-free match last week, which Guile won. But that still didn't stop Jacob Glens from coming out and letting Brooks know that he was still gunning for Guile and the Dragon Championship, despite his continued losses. And now, tonight, Mr. Palmer has booked this treble trial match pitting Brooks, Glens, and Guile all against each other. We really don't see a lot of treble trial matches, especially on Slam, so this should be a pretty interesting one, of course. Brooks still trying to get revenge on both of these competitors. Glens, of course, trying to strengthen his position in going for the Dragon Championship, and of course Guile is just trying to defend himself from any of these attackers that might want a shot at his title.
And his opponent, from Madrid, Spain, Jacob Glens.
Glens, no doubt, will have no problem trying to rip both Brooks and Guile a new orifice. I mean, we've seen him as hungry for the Dragon Championship as ever, and after his loss to Guile at Suplex City, he seems even more determined to up his game. He's looking to prove to Mr. Palmer that he is still worthy to face Guile for the title, most likely at Session 3, and if he's able to claim victory here tonight against these two titans, it would go a long way in securing yet another title shot, which I'm sure Glens is relentless to go for.
And their opponent, from Washington, D.C., he is the FHC Dragon Champion, Guile.
This man is a workhorse, as everyone knows, whether you love him or you hate him. Guile is pulling double duty in running Sonic Fire and defending his Dragon Championship, and he's doing a very good job of that. Sonic Fire has all but wiped out the Bravehearts, and if not for Azethoth, the Bravehearts stand to lose this entire war within the month. Plus, he's been successful in fending off challengers for the Dragon Championship the last few months, whether it's PJ Brooks, Jacob Glens. I mean, I'd say whoever challenges for the title, Guile is in prime shape to defend it. You just cannot deny this man's in-ring ability and his ability on the mic as well. I mean, he's a very, very well-rounded individual. I mean, you look at the most recent and distant past, what this man has gone through since coming back from injury. I mean, he's challenged the best of them. He's challenged Loke. He's been a world heavyweight champion. I mean, just thinking of how he started out as a member of the FHC way back when with Kev Dog, and that he started out as almost like a bumbling fool, but somehow he was able, I think that injury, he was able to get past it. He was able to rise up above that, get back into shape. He met Tom Fyremin along the way and formed his own band. I mean, it's pretty amazing what this man has done, and now he is Dragon Champion, and he's defending his honor and his title against everyone who wants to gun for him, everyone who wants a piece of him, and he's doing a very good job of that.
Oh, God, and Glens attempting a chokeslam, but Guile was able to counter that. Oh, and PJ Brooks with the GTS on the Dragon Champion with a cover, and Glens is able to break up the cover, coming out of that countered
choke slam before. My God, and now Glens is bleeding from the head. That was a huge DDT on the Dragon Champion's part. Oh, man, and these three are just going at it like crazy. I mean, when you have three Dragon Champion contenders all going at it, very strong competitors, fierce competitors, in fact. Oh, and Guile with the spin kick, and I think Glens is out. Now it's up to Guile and Brooks, but now Guile trying to pin Glens, even though Brooks was still standing. Oh, and could we be seeing another GTS here by Brooks, and a GTS again on Guile? Brooks with the cover, and Glens is right there to break up the count once again. And now, oh my God, Glens with the standing pile driver. Good God, what brutality! And Guile trying to turn it around here, taking advantage, and now Brooks has been busted open with that standing pile driver of Glens, one of his finishing maneuvers. And good God, good thing this wasn't a first blood match. We'd already have a victor, but now everyone is bleeding except for Guile. And yet these three are still standing, giving everything they got. Guile with the cover, giving everything they got, and belly-to-belly suplex on PJ Brooks. Oh, and Guile saying no way Jose on Brooks. And could we be seeing another spin kick? And yes! Spin kick on Glens! Brooks is dazed! Oh, and Guile could have picked up the win here, but PJ Brooks recovering pretty quickly, and now a double team on the dead bastard. And Guile with the cover on Glens, and Guile pulls out the win while Brooks was going for maybe some type of maneuver. He got out of the ring and maybe was going to attempt some type of springboard, but was distracted, and Guile was able to pick up the win, cementing his spot as the Dragon Champion. And Guile comes out on top, beating both Brooks and Glens. What is this gonna mean? Man, Wump, what's going on with Loke lately? I'm sure you've been watching, but man, he seems to be melting down quite a bit lately. I mean, first he loses right before Suplex City at that match against Butch and Susie, and now consecutive losses to Huracan and Frosty. Man, I don't know if he's losing his touch, but it kind of looks good for you. What do you think? Dude, I'm shocked. I thought he would have won against both of them, but his cattle was sufficiently manhandled, Nini. In another time and place, I'd be sympathetic, because, come on, I'd be the first one to reach out to him, But now, nothing. No sympathy, In fact, it's a joyous time, Pacbell. Joyous that his losses could be my gain. I mean, he's down by 2, and it's only 2 weeks to Session 3. If his momentum continues to fall, that'll make it much easier for me. Not that it's going to be easy by any means, because he is FHC champion right now, and he's not the champion for nothing. And dude, come on, he's a Loke. But at this point, I'll take any chance I can get, and that includes his continued losses and my progressing wins, just like how you and I are going to win tonight against Huracan and the Bastard. Now let's go out and do this. The following match is set for one fall. Making their way to the ring, Darth Wump and Nini Pacbell. We have seen the rise of Darth Wump, especially in the last couple of months, but it has not been an easy journey for him. Wump is trying to compete at Loke's level, at the world title level, a level that Wump has not seen in some years, with the exception of facing Loke at WrestleMania and Backlash about a year and a half ago. And now he teams up with good friend Nini Pacbell against El Huracan and the Frost Bastard tonight, almost in the hopes of proving something to Loke. I mean, with Loke's losses to both of these former tag champions,
If Wump and Pacbell can win tonight, it's almost like sending a message to Loke, telling him that, hey, if I can beat both of these guys who handed you consecutive losses in the last couple weeks, then maybe I have a great chance of beating you and becoming FHC champion at Session 3. And I think, especially with this matchup tonight, no matter what it means for Loke or Wump or any of the other competitors, I think we're in for a very, very exciting matchup here. And the coin has been flipped, and the starting competitors for tonight for each team. Nini Pacbell against the Frost Bastard, as we see Bastard with the first attack, a backflip on the California native. Oh, and a huge lariat on the Bastard. Oh, and an even bigger lariat on the Bastard. Good God, what strength coming from Nini Pacbell. But now Pacbell trapped in the corner by El Huracan. And Bastard was able to score a couple of good hits there, but now Pacbell back on the offensive. Oh, and Huracan getting into it again, trapping Nini Pacbell. And of course, both of these teams are definite teams. They work in tandem. In the case of Huracan and Bastard, they're, one of the greatest tag teams we've seen in this company. And then Pacbell and Wump have history together, of course, from childhood friends. And now Pacbell tags in Darth Wump. Now Darth Wump trying his hand at the big man, the big Bastard. Oh, and Wump, the strength is probably not there to deal with this 7-footer, but he's able to haphazardly get the Bastard off his feet. And now that was a huge backflip slam that Wump was able to do on the Bastard. Crazy. And getting into Pacbell's track record as of late, it's been up and down. His last match was another tag match with Darth Wump against PJ Brooks and MC Ska right after the Gauntlet, which of course they came out victorious. But prior to that, Pacbell was in contention for the Dragon Championship at Broken Glass. He had 3 straight victories over Brooks, Ska, and Benjamin Wah, but when it came down to the #1 contenders match against Vince and Hannah to see who would go up against Guile, Pacbell fell short, handing the victory to Hannah, who would ultimately go on to lose to Guile at Broken Glass. And if you want to even go prior to that, Pacbell had a 6-match losing streak during War Zones and Battle of the Gladiators. So definitely a roller coaster ride for Darth Wump's and Loke's childhood friend. But now with Pacbell and Wump taking on Huracan and the Bastard tonight, question is, who will pull out the victory here? Who is the better tag team tonight? Oh, and a huge curb stomp from Darth Wump onto El Huracan. And El Huracan answering with almost like a dropping calf kick. Drop calf kick, whatever. And now Darth Wump with double knees to the back. Oh, and a hard stomp on Huracan's chest. And a second hard stomp to Huracan's chest. Man, Wump is amped up tonight. I think he's feeling that the momentum is good. He's feeling Loke's weaknesses as of late, and I think he's channeling that into pure strength, pure agility, and he's taking it to Huracan tonight. Oh, and Huracan with a quick roll-up, small package, schoolboy, and Huracan with a reversal on that, but the Bastard's able to break it up. Oh, and Darth Wump. Oh, with a shot to the gut. And now a sunset flip over the ropes with the cover on Huracan. Bastard, get there in time. Bastard cannot get there in time. And Wump is able to pin El Huracan, giving Pacbell and Wump the victory over the former tag champions tonight. Picking up another win in their column. They have beaten the men who beat Loke the last 2 weeks. And I think this is making a big statement that Wump is ready for Loke at Session 3. Congratulations! Oh, and what's this? Giant Panther and Starman coming out here, applauding what seems to be Huracan and the Bastard. They're staring back at them, and it looks like maybe Panther and Starman are gunning for their blood. You again? I still can't believe that I am going against you of all people. You may have gotten through the first round on luck, but there's no way you're defeating the Witch of the Wilds. I'm too good. I've always been on top, and if anyone is going to defeat me, it's certainly not going to be you. You know what you're too good at? You're too good at being disloyal and running out on whoever you're with when they aren't doing so hot. Your track record for that is about as big as my casaba's, and pretty soon you'll be doing that again to Ryu. You know what we call people like that back home? White trash gutter whores. Look who's talking.
The following is a quarterfinals match to determine the number 1 contender for the Ladies' Championship at Session 3. Making her way to the ring, from the Korkari Wilds, Morrigan. 2 original members of the ladies division, for as long as we can remember, will go at it in this quarterfinals match. Morrigan defeated her old Dragon Age buddy, Miss Wynn, to advance here tonight to face Heather Andrews. But prior to that, she was on a 3-match losing streak, including losing to Susie Mack at Rise and Fall. Very unlike the longest reigning ladies champion of all time. But she is favored to go all the way in the finals, and even is favored to be the one to ultimately face Susie at Session 3. But again, you can't count anyone out. I mean, we've seen that Heather, on the other hand, was favored to lose in the first round of the tournament against Jade Quinn, but she surprised everyone by beating the Super Flight Night standout. Can she keep the dream alive tonight by upsetting Morrigan to advance to the semifinals? And her opponent, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Heather Andrews. Let's keep in mind that prior to beating out Jade, Heather hasn't had a win since Battle of the Gladiators, and that was a tag match when she and sister Tiffany beat Alexia and Christine Kendall. Her last singles win was even longer than that, when she beat Dee right before FHC Firestorm. That was almost at the beginning. Very inconsistent, but still obviously a fan favorite. Much talent there, much talent. And again, anything can happen here in the FHC. Let's see if she has what it takes to stick it to Morrigan and advance to face Rosie Fox in the semifinals. And as the ladies start out here, we have some back and forth action between the 2 veterans here. Morrigan showed a good suplex into a neck breaker there, and of course Heather is sticking to basic attacks. Jawbreakers here, arm drags there, and now Morrigan with a counter of her own on Heather. And now Heather, going with the behind, with the German suplex on Morrigan. She needs to keep up this offense if she wants to keep up with the favored winner. And don't forget to tune in to Super Flight Night later this week when we move to the other side of the Hello Ladies bracket, where Lilith will see action against Dee in their quarterfinals match. And then of course we will have the winner of this match facing Rosie Fox, who was victorious earlier tonight against Tia. And that will be our first semifinals match of the tournament. And then next week on Slam, we'll have the winner of Lilith vs. Dee facing off against Karen Rebel, who won her match against Nicole Sergio last week. Everything is shaping up nicely here, where we will have the Hello Ladies final on the pre-show of Session 3, which of course will lead into the winner of the tournament facing off against Susie Mack for the Ladies Championship later that night. And Morrigan putting Heather into a submission maneuver. Almost looks like a Texas Cloverleaf type maneuver, but now she's got out of it. And now Heather with a huge drop kick on the Witch of the Wilds. Morrigan going up top. Is that prudent? Oh, and Heather grabs her from mid-air and into a power bomb. Oh, what a match! And now with that senton, hard senton on Morrigan, Heather is turning on the afterburners here.
with the offense, and now a backhand, swinging backhand. Morrigan trying to do all she can to fight back here. Heather is very impressive here tonight. Oh, and now a surfboard stretch. Will we see Heather tap out here? Is she going to do it? Nope. Morrigan lets her out. Of course, Heather is very flexible for a woman her size. Very nice. Very good talent. Oh, and Morrigan could be setting up for the bomb! The back thunder bomb! And that could be it, folks! Oh, and Heather kicks out! Heather kicks out, but now Morrigan, going for the back slam, and that should be it. That should be it here. Morrigan advancing, and she does. She gets the pin. Morrigan advances to the semifinals, where she will face Rosie Fox next Thursday on Super Flight Night. Heather put up a very good effort, but it wasn't good enough here tonight, as Morrigan brings out the victory over Heather Andrews. Ryu is a fighter, but he's also a strategist. He has studied many forms of martial arts, including several submission techniques, and you would be wise not to underestimate him. He has already beaten starmen. In his fighting style, he practices a form of Shotokan karate, which deals with basic techniques, patterns of movement, and sparring. And the basics and the moves are characterized by deep, long stances that provide stability, enable powerful movements, and strengthens the legs. The style develops power and speed. Strength and power are demonstrated instead of slower, more flowing motions. And as he progresses into more advanced moves, we'll see grappling, throwing, and some Aikido-like moves. He may introduce all of these techniques into a sleeper-type submission, which is much easier to fall into than your Iron Claw is. And so you should be wary of this and use caution. Wow, brother! You picked all that up in only a couple of months? You're good. Real good. Following match is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from Japan, Ryu! And now we have our main event. This may be a warm-up for the veteran Ryu, set to go against King Slender at Session 3, but it may also be a warm-up for Giant Panther as well tonight. I mean, we know that Ryu is one of the greats. He's a definite Hall of Famer, no question. But so too is Giant Panther, with his long history in the VWA and great title runs. This is definitely a pay-per-view worthy match tonight, and with both of these superstars having their ups and downs of late, with Ryu losing all of his multi-man matches in the last month, as well as his last two FHC championship matches, and Panther losing all three of his singles matches so far in the FHC. Anything can happen here tonight. It's anyone's game, and that's exactly how we like it. And his opponent, Giant Panther. Of course, Giant Panther and Starman are both still undefeated when it comes to tag matches, and it looks like they're ready to go up against El Huracan and the Frost Bastard once again, but this time on the grandest stage, Session 3. And we just saw Panther and Starman silently call out Huracan and the Bastard earlier tonight, hinting at yet another legendary matchup. Can the VWA Icons stay undefeated coming out of Session 3? Or will they be handed their first loss from the longest reigning tag champions in history? And earlier tonight, we saw that Ryu and PJ Brooks had some type of understanding. As we've seen in the past, Brooks has not seen eye to eye with the rest of the circle. When Brooks and Ska first came in, they were more of loose cannons. They didn't play by anyone's rules except their own.
But then when they decided to join the circle, they probably didn't realize that there would have to be some form of collaboration or teamwork there. And of course we've seen over the past few months of some friction of Brooks and Ska and Ryu. But now it appears that they've come to some understanding where Ryu is going to continue to help the circle as he had promised, and in return, Brooks and Ska are gonna be on more of the same page with the rest of their group. Maybe this will be good for them to show a little bit more cohesiveness in victories, in helping, or whatever the circle has planned. But make no mistake, if Ryu, Brooks, Ska, and Morrigan can function like a well-oiled machine, the circle could be unstoppable. And as the action continues, Panther with that huge kick to Ryu's calf, and Ryu answers with an elbow to Panther's face. This match has been pretty good so far. Both superstars going on the offensive early and often. And it's anyone's guess who's going to be the winner tonight here in this action-packed main event. And now Panther, Ryu kicking the legs out from under the former VWA superstar's frame. And now Ryu going for another elbow, but Panther able to counter into a back body flip. Seems like both of these superstars are very well matched. Again, as we said, this could be the main event of any type of pay-per-view with these caliber performers. And Ryu with a huge tackle on Panther outside the ring, making Panther fall to the floor hard. And now Ryu with a throw on the outside. This is going to wear Panther down quite a bit. Ryu trying to go for a reverse DDT on the outside, but Panther able to counter into a suplex out there. Good God. And the referee continuing to count down. And they need to get back into the ring, which they do. And now both men are back. And could we be seeing Ryu with the springboard, almost like a Phoenix splash, but he misses. Panther moving out of the way, and Panther with the big headbutt. That could be it, folks. Panther could take this from the former FHC champion, and Ryu kicks out. Ryu kicks out of the Panther's headbutt that has felled many people before in the VWA. Ryu's kicked out, and Panther with another pin, and Ryu kicking out of there as well. And Ryu with taking a cue from Guile with the flash kick. And now Panther with the schoolboy. Ryu able to turn it into a reverse, and he's got the win. He's got the win over Panther on a reversal, on a roll up. And again, this has got to be the countless time we've seen Giant Panther get reversed on by a pin. I guess this is not what they used to, how they used to win in the old days in the VWA, and Panther is clearly not equipped for this, but Ryu was able to play this out on Giant Panther, and we'll see how this plays out for Ryu next week on Slam. Oh my God, we're out of time.